everybody. Sam White here, founder at Shakespeare in Detroit. I hope you all are having a beautiful summer so far. I'm stopping by just to give you all an update on Shakespeare in Detroit. We are quite busy right now at Shakespeare in Detroit. Next week, which is really exciting, our youth conservatory begins. This is the third year of our summer youth conservatory, which is led by Shakespeare in Detroit's managing director, Christine Palakia. And the show of focus this year is Macbeth. We are using the play on Shakespeare version of the play. So it's Shakespeare's play, but translated in modern verse by the incredible, the incomparable Migdalia Cruz. We're really excited and so honored to be able to produce this version of the play. And by the way, because there's always a lot of questions around the translations, the play is just as epic, just as wonderful, just as inspiring as what you read in the folio. But what's wonderful about it is some of the choices that Migdalia has made, all of the choices that she has made have really centered the witches and particularly people of color. Come see it and you'll understand what we're speaking to, or what I'm speaking to. But what's really awesome too is that the aesthetic for the show is going to be very period, traditional, Scottish inspired costumes and all of that. And so we're really excited for that. The youth show is going to play for 2 afternoons, August 11th at 2 p.m. and August 12th at 2 p.m. And it will open for our main stage professional show, which is The Tempest. William Shakespeare's The Tempest. And that, did I mention that the youth show, Macbeth, is directed by Emilio Rodriguez, who's an incredible playwright, director, artistic director, producer in Detroit, and who's from LA, and just a wonderful human being and a friend of mine. So he'll be directing the youth production of Macbeth, which will play August 11th and 12th, as I said, at 2 p.m. and it's totally free. The students who are a part of the youth program, they work with Shakespeare in Detroit for 6 weeks. They learn voice and text. They learn dance choreography. They learn stage combat. And they learn a lot of other vocational skills and tools. And then their graduation, the production or the show is considered their graduation from the 6 weeks of intensive training that they've received from Shakespeare in Detroit. Once they perform the show, they have graduated from the conservatory for that year, for that summer, for this year or this summer. And they receive $1,000 scholarships thanks to the Max M. and Marjorie S. Fisher Foundation, who have been incredible, engaged partners with Shakespeare in Detroit for the past 3 years. We're so lucky and we're so fortunate to have the Max M. and Marjorie S. Fisher Foundation as partners. Super exciting. And as I said, we're so grateful. And our youth program, our conservatory, and the work that we do in schools would not be possible without them. And so, yes, you can come see Macbeth. I'm not in the theater right now, so I can say that name, I can say that title. Come see it August 11th and 12th at 2 p.m. at Campus Martius in downtown Detroit. There's some chairs at Campus Martius, but you probably want to bring your own blanket or your own lawn chair as well. Our main stage show, The Tempest, directed by me. If you are new to Shakespeare in Detroit's YouTube page, my name is Sam White. I'm the founder at Shakespeare in Detroit. I'm also the artistic director. Shakespeare in Detroit has been around for 11 years. I've been working on this theater company, this nonprofit. For some of you, you met us 10 years ago when Shakespeare in Detroit pioneered the first ever Shakespeare in the Park experience in Detroit. We did that. We pioneered that. Shakespeare in Detroit did at Grand Circus Park August 14th, 2013. So we're celebrating 10 years this summer since we pioneered the experience of Shakespeare in the Park, because Shakespeare in the Park is an experience, but it's not the name of any theater company anywhere. It's an experience. Theater companies create that experience called Shakespeare in the Park, but the name of our organization is Shakespeare in Detroit, because we perform in the park, but we perform other places as well. We give other unique experiences as well. but I'm directing The Tempest, which is really exciting. And The Tempest plays at 7:30 on August 11th, 12th, 13th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. So you have 6 opportunities to see our main stage professional production of The Tempest. It is an Actors Equity Association production, and we hope that you'll come out. That program is sponsored by our incredible presenting sponsor, the Gilbert Family Foundation. We're so grateful. They are a new partner, and we're so excited and grateful to be in partnership with the Gilbert Family Foundation, who are sponsoring our main stage production of The Tempest, which is Shakespeare's text and edited by me for time. And also, there's some Detroit content that has been added to the production, because the show is inspired by the incomparable, the iconic Juan Atkins, who is considered the godfather of techno music. The magic that he creates behind his turntables and the magic that he has created for decades now has really changed the way that the world moves. He's awesome, and we consider him, the inspiration for our Prospero, because what he does as a producer, as a DJ, is without a doubt magic. And so he inspired the Prospero for our production of The Tempest. And we're also inspired, I was also inspired as far as this production of The Tempest by the new dance show. If you're a Detroiter, like me, born and raised, then you grew up with the new dance show. And so Prospero has been banished to an island, which is very much like the new dance show, and has dancers and music. And so come on out. It's going to be a party. We're going to have, during the intermission, a dance contest, and it's going to be the best thing ever. It's going to be so much fun. So come on out. Come on out and see it. Check it out. We're also going to have some readings in July by way of a program that we're calling the Black Classical Reading Project, which will feature plays that are by Black playwrights or that have Black protagonists centered in the storytelling. And we're excited to do that. More on that very, very soon. We're still fleshing out a couple of the plays, even though that's coming up very soon. So we need to announce that and let you all know about that soon. That's going to be free too. So we're really, and that's free. Thank you to the Michigan Humanities Council for making the Black Classical Reading Project possible. We've had so much support, Shakespeare in Detroit has. This year, we've had operational support from the Herb Family Foundation and Kresge. And, we have all of the folks, all of the organizations that I've mentioned within this particular video who have just really supported Shakespeare in Detroit. And so I feel very lucky. Our entire team feels very lucky. We're a small team, small but mighty team. There's myself as the artistic director, and I also have some executive director responsibilities. And there's also the managing director, Christine Palakia, who handles the day-to-day and all of our youth programs. And we also have some other folks who are part of our team, our costume designer, Tony Davison, our other costume designer, Marley Boone, folks who are working with us for specific shows. And we have all of our incredible volunteers. We have our board. This has been a really, I think, well supported year for Shakespeare in Detroit, and we're so grateful. I also want to lift up and thank the incredibly just generous donor, Marguerite Barrett, who is at every single show that we do, who continues to support Shakespeare in Detroit with her presence and with funding. And so thank you, Marguerite. And thank you to all of our Patreon members who continue to give monthly sustaining support. You mean so much. And by the way, if you're not a Patreon member, you want to become a Patreon member. Being a Patreon member is incredible. I think our Patreon members would agree, because we have monthly contests where you can win some really cool prizes by playing the contests that we present every month, which are exclusive and only for our Patreon members. You also get insider news and information from Shakespeare in Detroit before everyone else. And so if you're not a Patreon member and you're interested in becoming a sustaining member and giving $1 a month, $5 a month, $10 a month, $20 a month or more, make sure you visit this link and become a Patreon member today. So that's what's going on with Shakespeare in Detroit lately. We just completed our 2022-23 school year. We do work in schools. We're embedded with principals and educators in classrooms during the school day, teaching students about Shakespeare. Students from elementary to middle and high school. And so we want to thank our school partners. We want to thank Detroit Public Schools Community District for a wonderful school year. Thank you to our other partners like Deloitte, like Strategic Staffing Solutions, like Greektown Casino, like Magna International. Thank you all so much for making this school year possible. Thank you to everybody. It's been such a community effort. It feels like this 2022-23 season. And it's the Michigan Council for the Arts. Thank you so much for your support. We just feel really grateful at Shakespeare in Detroit right now, and that's awesome. I'm not sure what our plans are for 2024 yet. Unlike a lot of theater companies, we don't announce our seasons like a year in advance or even longer than that. We don't do that because I think what's been important for Shakespeare in Detroit sustainability is that we're very vigilant about how we spend funds. We never spend more than we have. And we don't have much overhead. We have a little bit of rent that we have to pay at Mary Grove Conservancy, where our office and our costume shop is. And then we also have a storage unit where our archives are, old costumes, props, and set pieces. But all that considered, it's quite modest in comparison to larger theaters. And so because we don't have a lot of overhead and because we never spend more than we have, we're able to continue to do this work and sustain ourselves and continue to show up for you all in different iterations, different versions of Shakespeare in Detroit every year. And so I'm not sure what we'll do for 2024 yet. We haven't had that conversation yet with our community, with our board, with our internal team. We'll do that soon and go from there. But in the meantime, we're really excited to offer the Black Classical Reading Project. Please stay tuned to our website. If you haven't signed up for our email list, make sure you go to our website at shakespeareindetroit.com and sign up for that so you can stay on top of all things Shakespeare in Detroit, including the Black Classical Reading Project. And we also have our youth production of Macbeth coming up for two shows in August, and then our 6 shows for our main stage program, our main stage production of the Tempest. So a lot happening, and all those things are free admission for the community. We're so grateful to be able to serve our community in this way and to be gathered in the park and to really continue to build our relationship with our beloved Detroit. We love you so much, community. Thank you for being on this journey with us. I'm so glad to have had a moment to stop in and check in and say, hey, what's going on? And this is what's happening with Shakespeare in Detroit right now. So grateful for all of our funders. If I missed anybody, it's just because I'm speaking from the heart right now. I don't have any notes or anything. But know that we will find time on our social media pages and our e-blast and probably in another YouTube video to make sure we recognize everybody, because it takes a village to make a theater company happen and to sustain a theater company. So thanks, everybody. I'll talk to you again really, really soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of June, because June is almost over. And have a safe 4th of July weekend. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye now.